August 1st, 1966, dawned like any other summer day in Austin, Texas. The University of Texas campus bustled with students and faculty, but by day's end, this date would be seared into the nation's memory. A day forever linked with tragedy, terror, and the name Charles Whitman. The Texas Tower shooting would redefine mass murder in America. It exposed a nation's vulnerability and raised unsettling questions about the darkness that can lurk within seemingly ordinary individuals. What began as a domestic disturbance quickly spiraled into a nightmare. Whitman, a former Marine, would unleash a torrent of violence from atop the university's iconic tower. For 96 harrowing minutes he held the city hostage, picking off innocent victims with chilling precision. The world watched in horror as news reports, some broadcast live, brought the unfolding carnage into living rooms across the country. The Texas Tower Massacre was a grim spectacle that foreshadowed the rise of mass shootings that would plague future generations. It was a stark reminder that evil can erupt anywhere, shattering the illusion of safety in even the most idyllic settings. To understand the darkness that consumed Charles Whitman, we must delve into the shadows of his past. Born in 1941, Whitman was the eldest son of a successful businessman. His upbringing seemed idyllic on the surface. However, behind the facade of a loving family lay a current of dysfunction. Whitman's father was a strict disciplinarian, prone to fits of rage and violence. He demanded perfection from his sons, pushing them relentlessly. Whitman excelled academically and athletically. He joined the Boy Scouts, becoming an Eagle Scout at the young age of 12. He even learned to play the piano. But beneath his accomplishments, a darkness simmered. Friends and family described him as increasingly withdrawn, prone to sudden mood swings, and harboring a volatile temper. Seeking purpose and discipline, Whitman enlisted in the Marines after high school. He thrived in the structured military environment, excelling as a sharpshooter. However, his personal life began to unravel. He faced disciplinary action for gambling and possessing an illegal firearm. These incidents hinted at a growing disregard for authority and a fascination with weapons that would later prove deadly. The seeds of violence had been sown long before August 1st. Whitman had been grappling with intense headaches, violent thoughts, and uncontrollable urges. He sought help at the University of Texas Health Center, complaining of overwhelming anxiety and depression. "I don't really understand myself these days. I'm supposed to be an average, reasonable, and intelligent young man. However, lately, I can't recall when it started, I have been a victim of many unusual and irrational thoughts," he wrote in his final note. In the early morning hours of August 1st, 1966, Whitman committed his first acts of violence, ending the lives of his mother and wife. He then drove to the University of Texas campus, his car loaded with an arsenal of weapons, ammunition, and provisions. He had carefully planned this attack, meticulously packing everything he thought he might need for a prolonged siege. His final note provided a chilling glimpse into his fractured psyche. He expressed love for his mother but also a disturbing desire to spare her from the pain he knew his actions would cause. He requested an autopsy after his death, convinced that something was terribly wrong inside his brain. This act, one of many calculated decisions made that day, suggested a chilling awareness of his own descent into madness. At approximately 11:48 a.m., Whitman reached the observation deck of the UT Tower, his arsenal in tow. He had effectively trapped hundreds of people on campus, transforming the familiar landscape into a hunting ground. Students going about their day unaware of the danger lurking above became his prey. The first shots rang out, echoing across campus. Panic ensued as people realized they were under attack. The sniper perched high above seemed invincible. The shots came with chilling accuracy, picking off victims at random. Students and faculty alike scrambled for cover, desperately seeking shelter from the rain of bullets. For 96 agonizing minutes, Whitman held the campus hostage. The world watched in horror as the body count climbed. Law enforcement, caught off guard, struggled to respond to the unprecedented situation. The UT Tower Massacre became a real-time tragedy, beamed into homes across America, forever changing the way mass shootings would be perceived and covered by the media. Section 5, A Nation Grip, the media's response. The Texas Tower shooting marked a turning point in media coverage of mass violence. For the first time, a national tragedy unfolded live on television and radio. As the horror unfolded in Austin, the nation watched, transfixed and horrified. News reports, often graphic and uncensored, brought the sights and sounds of the massacre into living rooms across the country. The immediacy of the coverage had a profound impact on public perception. The Texas Tower shooting wasn't just a local news story, it was a national nightmare unfolding in real time. The grainy images of students running for their lives, the sound of gunshots echoing in the summer air, and the growing number of casualties shocked the nation's conscience. This unprecedented coverage also sparked debate. Some argued that the live broadcasts only served to glorify the killer and inspire copycat attacks. Others maintained that the public had a right to see the raw reality of gun violence. The Texas Tower shooting forced America to confront the uncomfortable truth that such horrors could happen anywhere, at any time. Section 6. Unraveling the Mind of a Killer, the Investigation. In the aftermath of the shooting, investigators faced the daunting task of understanding what could drive a seemingly ordinary young man to commit such an atrocity. Whitman's suicide note provided some clues. He had requested an autopsy, convinced something was wrong with his brain. The autopsy revealed a small tumor, an astrocytoma, in Whitman's brain. This discovery ignited a firestorm of debate. Could this tumor, located in a region of the brain associated with emotion and aggression, have played a role in his violent rampage? While experts debated the tumor's role, investigators pieced together a more complete picture of Whitman's troubled life. They uncovered evidence of his troubled childhood, his history of domestic violence, and his struggles with mental health. The investigation into the Texas Tower massacre wasn't just about finding answers. It was about grappling with the complexities of human behavior and the elusive nature of evil. Section 7. The tumor's tale. A catalyst or a cruel twist? The discovery of the tumor in Whitman's brain added a chilling new dimension to the Texas Tower massacre. Could this physiological anomaly hold the key to understanding his violent outburst? The medical community grappled with this question, debating the extent to which the tumor could have influenced his actions. Some experts argued that the tumor's location, near the amygdala, a region of the brain associated with fear and aggression, could have impaired Whitman's impulse control and heightened his violent tendencies. Others cautioned against attributing too much significance to the tumor, emphasizing the complex interplay of biological, psychological, and social factors that contribute to violent behavior. The debate over the tumor's role in Whitman's rampage continues to this day. It serves as a stark reminder that there are rarely easy answers when attempting to understand the motivations behind such acts of violence. The Texas Tower massacre challenged the very notion of free will, raising unsettling questions about the delicate balance between biology and behavior. Section 8. Echoes of gunfire lasting impacts. The Texas Tower shooting left an indelible mark on American society, its echoes reverberating through the decades. The massacre forced a nation to confront the reality of mass shootings, shattering the illusion of safety and igniting a national conversation about gun control, mental health, and the role of law enforcement in preventing such tragedies. In the immediate aftermath of the shooting, the University of Texas implemented security measures, including closing the observation deck of the tower. The tragedy also led to the development of SWAT teams and crisis negotiation units across the country, as law enforcement agencies recognized the need for specialized training and equipment to respond to such situations. The Texas Tower massacre also played a pivotal role in the passage of the Gun Control Act of 1968, which sought to regulate interstate firearms sales and prohibit certain individuals such as convicted felons and those with mental illness from purchasing guns. The shooting became a rallying cry for gun control advocates who argued that stricter laws were needed to prevent future tragedies. Section 9. Preventing the Unthinkable, a Call to Action. The Texas Tower massacre stands as a chilling reminder of the human capacity for violence and the urgent need to address the root causes of mass shootings. While we may never fully comprehend the darkness that drove Charles Whitman to commit such an atrocity, we must learn from this tragedy and work to prevent future generations from experiencing such horrors. Preventing mass shootings requires a multifaceted approach that addresses mental health, gun safety, and the social factors that contribute to violence. We must invest in mental health resources, providing accessible and affordable care to those who need it most. We must promote responsible gun ownership, enacting sensible gun safety measures that keep firearms out of the hands of those who pose a danger to themselves or others. We must also address the underlying social issues that contribute to violence, such as poverty, inequality, and lack of opportunity. By creating a more just and equitable society, we can foster a culture of respect and understanding, reducing the likelihood of such tragedies occurring in the future. The Texas Tower Massacre serves as a somber reminder that the work of preventing gun violence is never truly finished. It demands our constant attention, our unwavering commitment, and our collective action.